One of the things I love so much about Macalester is how community-oriented we are. We really take seriously what it means to be a community with each other, to really care about each other. And I believe that's one of the reasons that inclusive language is so important. When we build community, we want a place where all people feel welcomed, where they feel embraced, where they feel heard, and where they're not silenced.
We're all a part of a larger community, and we have to think about the ways in which we participate in that community, and the kind of community that we want to be a part of really starts with the actions and the words that we use.
The More Than Words project is a very important commitment to Macalester's mission of being an inclusive, multicultural, and safe space for all members of our community. I'm someone who has spent his entire career working with language as a teacher of English, as someone who speaks to and writes to audiences all the time. And I know that language matters. Language is as real as what we do physically. It is as real as what we do interpersonally.
It's about having us think about what is the community that we want to be a part of. What are the words that we want to be a part of that community, because words have power. And so what kind of power do we want to bring into that community? Do we want it to be a community that's based upon misunderstanding? Do we want it to be a community that's based on dialogue and free exchange of information, ideas, and feelings? Or do we want it to be a community that's ruled by fear?
We want to be a place where people can say a word, and if it has a negative impact on me, I can say, can I tell you how that affected me, how that hurt me? And the person's able to hear. Unfortunately, if we don't do that, people feel like that they need to be quote-unquote PC, that they need to say the right words just because it's the right thing to say. And sometimes you wonder then, what do people really think? Do they really care about it, or is it just to make them look good? So for me, creating these spaces, creating a community where we really can make mistakes, we can care enough about each other to give each other grace, to say, you know what, I'm not sure that you even knew what you said, but can I let you know the impact of that? Because I think we do want to know what the impact of our words are. We want to know how we come across in the world.
The words that we choose make a difference. They help shape community. If we choose our words correctly, it can help us become a stronger and more inclusive community. And if we choose our words thoughtfully, it can fracture our community. So any attempt to get us to think about what we say, to respond forcefully but respectfully, when people don't use language appropriately, it seems to me can only help us become a stronger, better, safer, and more inclusive community.
We want a community that allows for each of us to be a full participant. We want a community that allows for each of us to really grow and to be a part of what we're trying to achieve when we talk about Macalester and all of the values that Macalester brings with it.
Whether or not we understand the power of our words,
We still use them.
So what kind of impact do you want to make?
More than words. Your voice, your choice. Whether or not we understand the power of our words, we still use them. So what kind of impact do you want to make?